Once upon a time, there was a village called Smoldering Pines. Smoldering Pines was surrounded on all sides by steep canyons and lay at the foot of the great, sleeping volcano, Mount Discordia. Spoken words in Smoldering Pines take on a physical form. Whenever people talk, their words appear in the air and then fall hazardly to the ground. Homeowners then rake their discarded words into piles at the edge of their properties.
One afternoon, Milo was in her jar playing around with her cat when Mr. Jar called out to no one in particular.
Who left these question marks and ellipses on my side of the fence?
I believe those belong to Milo.
Milo, these are yours?
Question marks? Ellipses? I didn't know. It couldn't possibly.
Aha! There you go again.
Could that be?
Just as Milo was about to respond, the ground trembled, and all of a sudden, the volcano was awake again. The villagers started to freak out. A crowd began to form in the streets as panicked villagers rushed from their homes towards the village square. Milo, Decibel, Bertamine, and the Jacks joined them. "The volcano is about to erupt!" a man yelled. "When?" someone else shouted back. "It could be there is weeks, who knows?" a woman responded. "What shall we do?"
I got an idea. When the volcano erupts, we must climb the trees.
"No, you're wrong. Climbing trees won't work. I see we stop the volcano. Let's ram a giant fireproof cork in the top of it." The two groups faced off, shouting at each other with increasing conviction and volume. Only Milo stood apart from the two groups. She watched as more words fell to the ground between the two sides. A wall began to form. Molly found it funny how quickly everyone had taken sides. "The way we're using words is dividing us," she thought. "It seems as though our words are good for making fences and putting things into groups. But they are not getting us any answers, and they are not bringing us together. We are not creating anything new." A loud pop sounded in the air. "Hey, look at that! I can see Milo's thoughts."
You're right, and it looks like she thinks we are a creative people.
No, it says we are reactive. Hey, I'm not reactive.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I really must be going. Good morning. I think you're right. I'm right about what? We are reactive people. We respond to problems without thinking through all the possibilities. And we'll listen to the person with the loudest voice. Oh, Dad. Seeing your thought last night was very illuminating. What other ideas do you have hiding in your head? I don't know. Nothing, really. Could you do that thing again?
After a moment of hesitation, Milo glanced around quickly and took a deep breath. Then she gave the top of her head a counterclockwise twist, and this time it opened easily with a gentle whoosh. What was it about exposing her thoughts that made her feel so vulnerable? For the next hour, everyone took turns looking at Milo's thoughts to see if they could discover the answer. Although Milo didn't enjoy this, she tried her best to explain her thinking on.
I guess I was thinking we don't see any other choices, so everyone keeps talking about the few that we do see.
How can you think we have other choices? We don't. We're stuck in here and we're going to die. Let's all get together again to talk some more.
As agreed, Decibel, Verbatim, and the Jacks joined Milo that evening. They were surprised to find that she had built a small fire in her yard.
Come, sit down. Tonight is your turn. I would like for you to reveal what you're thinking. I guess it's only fair.
For that, they all started to share their initial torrent of thoughts. Initially, the neighbors were tempted to point out what they saw as right or wrong. But by following Milo's lead and inquiring more deeply into what others were thinking, they became open to hearing new perspectives. They began to recognize how what they say out loud did not always match what they thought inside. Eventually, they could see possibilities that they never had considered before. Every night for the following few weeks, they met to talk in this manner. Each time they conversed late into the night around the crackling fire, they felt a deepening trust and wisdom. One evening, after everyone had left for home, Milo sat alone reflecting. That night, as the village slept, nobody noticed as a few flaming cinders dropped gently from the sky like snowflakes, but the kind that have fire at them and can really hurt you. The next morning, Mountain Discordia erupted. Terrified, the people flew into action. Some sealed their windows with plastic sheets and duct tape. Others climbed trees. Still others ran around gathering things to produce a huge cork. Looking at the cows from her window, Milo whispered to herself.
I guess it's all over.
She stepped outside when she saw her neighbors. Waiting for her. She hardly felt surprised.
We didn't know what else to do. We think we should talk.
As a fountain of fire filled the sky, the little group formed a circle. With their heads open and their hearts racing, they talked about the crisis and even their future. They shared thoughts, ideas, questions, cautions, impressions, assumptions, perceptions, beliefs, and fears. Throughout the conversation, their words fell to the ground. Only this time, their words combined with their thoughts didn't fall into random piles, but somehow came together purposefully. Look! They have a bridge! Someone said. The word spread quickly. Soon all the residents were hurrying over the canyon carrying their most cherished possessions. Safe on the other side, people were happy that they were alive. Milo was deep in thought.
By changing the way we talk, we created something new that nobody expected. We may lose our village, but I wonder, what else can we create by changing the way we use our words?
Well done. Whose idea was the bridge? Actually,
it was nobody's.
or everybody's. The man looked confused. An idea has to come from somebody. The people listening all murmured in agreement. This made sense to Milo and her neighbors too.